Gaffer, another game on the horizon. What's training been like today in preparation for that game?
Superb, positive, demanding, great attitude on the pitch, great attitude environment, from the players. So really pleased, looking forward to the game against Fleetwood on Saturday.
Yeah, Fleetwood, the opponents on Saturday. They've had a brilliant start to the season. What are you expecting from them?
Good side, top three side for me, top three side squad. But like I said, it's just a game in isolation. I think Joey's done a great job. I think Andy Pilley he's done a magnificent job in his investment in the infrastructure, in the first team squad, in the development squad. I think he's done an amazing job, and they should be very proud of what it is they're trying to achieve. But I believe they could potentially finish, top two.
Looking at the head count ahead of the weekend's game, Ali Crawford unfortunately came off injured on Tuesday. Is there a verdict on that injury?
We don't know long term, but it's not like he's going to be available for Saturday. It's probably going to be a process of looking at it again in 4 weeks' time maybe. So it is medium to long term at this moment in time, but we have to wait for a specialist diagnosis from the doctors on what we do next.
Looking at the other side of the coin then, is there anyone in the squad that's perhaps nearing a return?
Potentially. Again, when they're on the training ground or the training pitch, they're mine. We have this little tussle with Matty Barras and the medical team, when they drop them in. But once they're on that training pitch, they're fit and ready to go.
Obviously we know there's a number of players out injured at the moment, but the players that you do have to choose from, 2 months into your time as manager, are you pleased with where they're at physically?
I'm really pleased, not just physically, mentally. I'm really pleased with the dynamics, the changing rooms, the leaders that we've got, the young players that we've got. We're trying to educate, we're demanding more out of them. We want them to grow. While they're growing, we need to protect them, and I'll protect them. There's no question about that. But we're demanding. We demand more from these players, because we know that being a football player is a short window. Playing the game is a short window. But your training, that's where you have to improve. That's where the demands are big. The demands to improve during training are huge for, the younger players. The rest of the players, it's like making sure that we're maintaining standards, make sure that you're maintaining your livelihood, and you can only do that by demanding more of yourself, and making sure we're putting ourselves in a position where we're challenging opponents to win football matches. Now that's the big challenge ahead now. As the players return back to training, the players that we've got, can you hold the fort? Can you grow? Can you prosper? Can you be a young player who's going to develop into a future captain for me? Can you meet the demands that we put on you to go and win football matches? We're trying to change that culture, and the players are coming with us 100%. There's definitely nobody who are on this I don't want to do this camp. They're all in it 100%. We trust them, and we're all marching on together to be successful for Bolton. But we're trying to change round what has been a losing environment. So the demands have to be enforced. They have to be harsh, and then we're going to make football players out of this young group of men.
You've spoken on numerous occasions about the importance of progress and not being drawn in by the score on the screen, but it must be pleasing, however, to go into this weekend's game on the back of a couple of wins.
I've not really considered it, but yes, I suppose so. Yes, the scoreboard, it is there. It's a badge on the chest for the supporters. I just go through the products of the week and see, the products of the 8 weeks that we've had. See how far we're coming. See how far we've travelled. And there will be little hiccups. Definitely, there'll be more. Might be more hurt before we can actually go and surge through this league. We've got 32 games to play, which is really encouraging from my point of view. And like I previously said, I'm working with a really good group of players. They really are a privilege to work with, and they all want to do really well on behalf of the supporters of this football club. We are united, but the demands are there. We are testing, and we are trying to build the character of the team to constantly churn out performances and try our very, very best to win football matches. This is a sport. It hurts, it's challenging, it's demanding. You have to make decisions which hurt people, but then you're looking for a positive response. I'll show you, and that's what we're getting. That's what I'm encouraged by.
Just changing the topic slightly, Gaffer, this weekend is our designated Remembrance fixture. How important is it that, as we do annually, pay our respects to those who've lost their lives in battle and conflict?
Enormous. It's an enormous weekend for us to represent the people who died and fought on our behalf. You know, it's huge. Remembrance Sunday, you know, Bolton Town Centre. You know, it's amazing to experience the stories that my granddad used to tell me, you know, and realise the sacrifices that people have made. Not just my granddad or your granddad or parents, but modern day soldiers, modern day, you know, warriors who represented our future, and we should respect everything that they've done for us and the society that they're giving us now. And we should respect that, and we should respect it every day in the values and the way that we carry ourselves on the streets of Bolton.